Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bristol Township Zoning Hearing Board. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce a few people to my left. Solicitor Ken Fetterman. We also got Director of L&I, Bob McTeague, and our stenographer, Cindy Oliveira. Mr. Secretary, call to board, please.
Gerard Lycon.
Here.
Mark DeMarcus.
Here.
Jim McMahon.
Here.
Colleen Dunn.
Here.
Ed Murphy here.
Okay, let me get the right agenda here. This is not the right one. Okay. So, before we get started, a little piece of business here. Number 5 on the agenda, Vesco Outdoor Media. I need a motion for a continuance.
I'll give that motion.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, first on the agenda is Linda S. Woods, 86 Violetwood Drive, Levittown, PA. Please come on up.
Ms. Woods, I need your mail-ins. I have one here. I have one. Yes, Bob had it.
I didn't get any.
Okay, perfect. And I see you're posting. Very good.
Sorry, can I ask you a question? Am I allowed to say something?
Yeah, that's fine. Just go back. You go up, back up to the mic. It will swear you in. We're good on this.
Okay, Ms. Woods, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Am I too loud?
No?
Okay.
Never.
I want to read just a little statement to give you all why I'm here today. So I'm going to say, good evening, I'm Linda, and I'm here to request a fencing variance for my front yard. In March of 2023, my neighbor put a single-lane driveway on our shared property line. That is 12 feet from my living room window, causing the following issues. There's a vehicle they had there that once the car started, the exhaust had to be running for longer than I would have thought in the summertime, and emitting fumes from while it was idling. Noise is one of the other issues. Opening and closing car doors, engine startups, pulling auto in and out of the driveway. They're the noise issues. And last but not least, and really most important to me in a way, is the fact that I feel like I've lost my privacy in my own house. This driveway is 12 feet to 6 feet plastic vinyl fencing at the end of my house. And that comes right up on his, as he said, his line. So it's a difficult thing for me to see people coming in and out of to the car. And they can see me, so obviously I can see them. And that is part of the privacy issue. So I can see drivers getting in and out of their vehicles, and so can they see me. Since I have no control of this happening, I started not opening my curtains and have I have always enjoyed being able to look out. I open my curtains in the morning, be able to look out at a bird feeder, the little bit of animals that are running around. and many, many of them. And when I look slightly to my right, there is the driveway. I'm asking, I have no control of that happening. I've already enjoyed opening of curtains, looking out at the birds, bird feeder, etc. I'm sorry, I'm a little anxious. It is very stressful for me, the issue of privacy. I'm asking for 4 panels that are 6-foot height to be put in the front of the house, reaching from the inside my house from the left, going down the driveway. I would like 4 panels, 6 feet high, and the last one would be 4 foot high because it would enable them to come in and out of the driveway better. There's like 10.5 inches up to the sidewalk, from the street to the sidewalk, and that would give them approximately another 7 inches of being able to see over the 4-foot fence, which I don't need a variance for. So, the
So
panel,
I'm clear, the current picture, the picture that's in your packet,
yes,
where you have number 1 and number 2,
yes.
that's your existing fences.
That's my existing fence. The other
Right,
2
which
panels.
your neighbor is right next to you,
Yes,
right? Because I can see the camper.
yes, it's a camper today.
You want to run fences down the line of your driveway
Yes,
to
I do.
block out his driveway.
Well, not my driveway. He put in a new drive in March of this year. And it's a single driveway. They park 2 cars there. It can be all kinds of vehicles parked there. Sometimes he parks a truck and a car. Sometimes it's 2 cars. Right now, that has been there just recently. They took it out on a trip, the camper. So they have a lot of vehicles. I'm not unfriendly with my neighbors. I'm just trying to put myself in a better place. My physical, the property is not the same as it used to be. I lived there for 49 years, raised our 2 kids. My husband passed, and I'm still in the house and enjoying it until March. I've tried to actually not make myself so anxious and be upset about it, but I took the time to see if that would work, and it didn't work.
Well, there's a whole lot of stuff going on there in the driveway, I can tell you that. Is it,
Do you know where she wants the fence?
yeah, she's just putting the fence right along here. That's the neighbor's driveway right there.
Right.
She's gonna put the fence right along that paving stone right there, correct?
And that literally is 12 feet from my first living room window. And our houses are sort of placed like this.
Yeah, but you said it
Levitt
was
had a
her
way
driveway, not their driveway.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Jim, can I ask her a question?
Oh, hold on one second.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, one of the problems is that Levitt had this way of putting driveways in certain places.
I'm sorry. Audience could just be quiet, I'm having a hard time hearing. Okay, go ahead. Repeat yourself, please.
Okay, thank you. Levitt, when he put the houses in, of course, I was a baby, but a lot of the houses, my house faces the side of my house faces the front. So I think it's like 20 foot or 30 foot, the fronting. Our houses also kind of look like this. We sort of look towards each other because I'm on a big curve. I'm the last house next to the Pico lines. So it's very in my face. I know they're not looking in my living room, but I feel like they are, and I don't feel like anybody should be that close to me. I mean, if you're down on the sidewalk, you're 49 feet away. And that's the reason I'm requesting the variance for the 6 foot.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Gerard.
She answered my question. You are the end house before the field, and you are on a bend.
I
that
am on a
correct?
bend, and what was the first part of the question?
You're like the last house. If you're going down a drive, you're on the left.
I'm on the
And you're the
left.
last house, and it's also a bend.
Yes,
Yeah, and then there's all fields to the right of you.
yes,
Yeah,
correct.
I was out there, and,
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, and I mean, your neighbor's place is nice, but it's a lot of stuff, a lot of vehicles. And I get it, I get the fence thing, you know. I went there, I looked around, I seen. I understand what you're saying. I kind of agree with you. But, you know, we got to agree on it up here.
Right.
But I did say it, your place is nice, their place is nice, but they have a lot of stuff. Campers, trailers, cars. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't want to look at it, but that's all I got to say.
It's very difficult after 49 years of being in one place. And now I get up in the morning and I don't even want to I open the curtain about that wide.
Okay.
Because I can see, walking from my back of my house into the living room, the vision I get is that one right there, the bottom picture, which is the two cars, and that's all I see. I don't see any of my property because, again, we are placed sort of like this.
Now, also, you said the last section, you want to go down the 4 foot.
Right before, at the sidewalk, before the sidewalk, the last piece will be a 4 foot piece, so that they have a little extra, well, that's my house on the top. And at the end, where that red car is, there would be a 4 foot height, and all of the panels are 8 foot wide. However, I will make sure that, I think there's just a little bit of, somewhere I have to cut off one of them.
Short of them. Yeah, because I did,
Gerard, repeat that.
they can shorten the fence. I did back in your driveway, I had the little blue car, and I was pulling out to see what it would look like with the fence there.
Was there a business truck there?
There was a car in your driveway. I didn't pay
Okay.
attention. I just backed in and pulled out, just visualizing it.
Yes. I guess I'm not really allowed to say anything else, so I'm only going to talk
Well,
about,
I'll tell you what, I'm going to say it right now. Bob, are they supposed to be running a business out of this house?
There's no business license there, but you could have as many vehicles as you want.
Okay,
There's no cap on that in the township. As long as they're registered, inspected, and insured, you can have them.
okay, all right.
I have another question. Their secondary, that's their secondary parking space, right?
yes, on the other side of the house, they have, like most people, have a double driveway. I have a double driveway, but mine's on the other side. And if there was somebody living on the other side of me, our parking would be side by side. And none of the houses, I don't think, were ever meant to have a car parked in front of a living room or to the side. I mean, it's just to the side, but
It is a secondary.
All right,
So Bob, my next question, was that put in with permits, their secondary driveway, the neighbors?
I'll have to check on that, Colleen.
well, I could tell you that in March, I saw the digging up of the ground, and I was very upset. Did not know they were putting another driveway out in, did not know if I was able to defend my right, but I did go over and stop it because I asked if the permit was pulled, and they said they didn't need it. But then, I said, well, I'm going in, and I'm going to call the township and see if that's so. And if it's so, I guess you're going to move forward. But, of course, they stopped their work immediately. And I think they got their, whatever the piece of paper's called, about a week and a half later.
Just to clear it up for the board, if they do have the impervious surface coverage, you are allowed to place a driveway there. There's no setback requirements on a driveway.
You can't have the driveway.
Correct.
okay. Anybody else have any questions for Ms. Woods?
I don't have a question for Ms. Woods, but for Bob.
Be my guest.
Bob, so if they put a fence up that goes all the way down to the sidewalk, is that gonna impede people coming in and out of that driveway? Anyone seeing them coming in and out of the driveway?
It certainly could.
I mean, isn't that an issue that we,
That's
know-
why we don't allow 6-foot fences in the front yard for traffic visibility reasons. but,
Right.
I mean, there could be a study done that they would.
She's
have
going
to
down to
do.
4 foot at the end.
It's going down to 4 foot.
Yeah,
That's,
but in a compact car like that.
you won't
Subaru-
see that car till it pops out from underneath that fence.
They have about 10 feet, 10.7 feet from the curb, across the greenery, to the sidewalk. From the curb, there's greenery, and then there's grass, and then there's the sidewalk. And that's 10 foot. 7 inches in front of the very most forward vehicle.
No, I understand that. You're saying from the curb, there's space, but people walking by that's not gonna, they have to be able to see if something's coming out walking by. It's just my concern. I'm not,
No, no, I understand. I'm not asking for anybody to be harmed.
right. It just seems a little,
Okay.
So you
it's
asking,
not something you see normally.
Oh, I know you don't.
all, so.
And I kind of really was, I didn't want to at least ask because if you lived in my house, you wouldn't like what you saw.
I'm sorry for that.
Or smell.
Ken, did you have something?
my question was, you were gonna put up what, 3 panels?
It would be 4
4
panels.
panels. So would
Of
3
5, I'm sorry, it's 4 6-foot ones.
Right. and
Coming, you see right where that's their yard with a red car.
I got it. So
I
it's
would-
4 6-foot and 1 4-foot.
Yes.
Okay. So what if you eliminated the 4-foot, which is at the end, which would allow more sight and would be safer?
If that's what I have to do, that's what I would do.
Is that gonna help you out?
It's definitely gonna give you more privacy.
I will lose some of my privacy even still from that. I'm 5 foot tall. Those 6-foot panels are a foot above my head. I wouldn't have to see anybody. And something like the other vehicle that was parked in there, that pop-up, that is lower. 4 foot would probably carry that. Anybody sitting in a vehicle to pull out of that driveway would be able to see, because I measured the heights. And if you're in the vehicle sitting up, you know, you can see to get out. But you guys are the ones I have to listen to.
That driveway was permitted too.
Thanks, Bob.
Linda, I think they're trying to say if you eliminated the 1 4-foot section at the end, would that?
I did, yeah, I agree that I could do that.
Okay, so that may be a condition at the end. But
Okay.
if you were fine with that, that's something we might think about, so. All right. Sure, Colleen, go ahead.
Bart, since you did the turnaround in the driveway, do you think eliminating the 4-foot would be suffice for her?
Yes, but also, I was just looking at her picture, I didn't do it from the neighbor's yard. If you're looking at the picture of the red car, if he goes to back out, he's not gonna be able to see the sidewalk.
They generally pull their cars in.
You know, but he's backed in. He's backed in right now in front of the camper. If he was to back out of the driveway,
Yeah. I would never back out of the driveway there.
they back.
I understand. I have the picture. I took the pictures.
I'm all for the neighbor, if he backs in that driveway and goes to back out, he can't see past that sidewalk until he's over.
We can't see.
Even without the last panel. She's saying, so her condition would be do the couple 6-footers, and then the 4-footer, take that completely out of the picture.
They'll leave the 4-footer out? Yeah, then
Yes.
they should be able to see.
Okay,
I was in her driveway. not
Yeah, I
hers.
think they will be able to see the sidewalk.
okay, all right. So we're on the same page here with that. All right, Bob, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Okay, anybody from the audience? Come on up, sir.
Oh, this is my neighbor.
This is my neighbor.
This is Ray.
Come on up.
Bad guy.
I did not say that.
Roy Harris. I reside,
Harris?
that's correct.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just pull that mic up a little bit, make sure the green light's on. Green light on?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
I didn't know what she was trying to get at, but I got to sit back and listen, okay? I moved to Levittown 25 years ago because it's a good family-oriented town, okay? You have all the schools, you have all the shopping centers and all, right? So I have a big family, okay? My kids are very respectful. They don't talk back, they don't cause any issues or any problems, okay? As far as all the stuff there, that stuff is not there all the time. It's gone, okay? I take my truck to work every day, okay? It's not there all day long, okay? It's costing me $100 a week to take it, but I do it out of respect, okay? Because I don't want her getting upset. To be honest with you, I always feel like I always gotta please you, and I don't like to live like that. I don't wanna live like that, okay? I don't think we should be building walls. I think we should be building communication, okay? You told me about my son's car. I told my son, don't ever park it there again, and he didn't. He moved it, okay? If you have any issue with any of my children, okay, I got a camper, okay? I go camping, okay? I try to keep my house nice. I don't, I cut my grass, I do everything I have to. I even offer to help her as much as possible, you know what I mean? But this curve, I caught up on this curve, I can't tell you how many times, okay? The reason why I got that driveway is because I had 4 cars hitting in front of my house, okay? It's a very dangerous turn. They come around there like 90 miles an hour. So now you have one coming down the hill and one coming this way, right? They don't have nowhere to go because there's no, you can't see, okay? It's dangerous, okay? And I had 4 cars hit there. So I wanted to put a driveway in to get some of the cars off the street, you know what I mean? My children have cars, and now, I got kids, I got grandkids coming now, I got dogs. I really, the 6-foot fence is kind of like crazy. I mean, if you look around, I don't want to live in a cubicle, okay? So if this one gets mad at me too on the other side of me, she's going to put it up. Now I'm living in a box. I don't want to live in a box. That's not why I bought a house. I want to be able to look around. I don't want to see walls. And I'm just telling you how I feel, okay? The thing is very dangerous. I called the township. They told me, I said, hey, can't you put speed bumps in? They said, no, we can't put speed bumps in because cars will lose control. So I said, okay, so they go fast and you can't do nothing about it. So they went and put slow down signs on the opposite side of the drive, on the other side. And when they come around that bend, there's woods. There's not houses. They should have put it on my side. We got a death child sign right there. The thing's been replaced 10 times. You know what I mean? They're just nuts. And then when you put ice in on, I don't want to be behind a 6-foot fence and get sandwiched. Because I can't see nothing coming. I like to see stuff coming. And as far as all this stuff, okay, all that stuff is not there all day. Everybody leaves. It's a family dwelling. We come home at night, and then we leave. Okay? It's not looking like a pigsty. And that's all I got to say. It's unsafe. Totally unsafe. I hate that bend. If I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the house.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Come on up. No.
Jennifer Woods.
W-O-O-D-S?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Our neighbor Roy talks about communication and respect, but he communicated nothing to my mother when he decided to put a second driveway. And with that 4-foot section just being cut out of the works, I think things would be just fine. And no one said that you had a pigsty.
All right. Direct everything.
Sorry, no one said to our neighbor that he was
Doing
a
a half
pigsty
building
or
with boys
anything.
here. All right.
So anyway, about communication and respect, he didn't have that for my mother. And we didn't think there was any big argumentative thing happening. We just I want my mom to be at peace. And when she opens the windows, well, she actually can't anymore because of the fumes. And she barely opens the curtains because of a lack of privacy, and it's very sad. I'm very sad for my mother.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Come on up.
Hi. Sean Norman? S-E-A-N. N-O-R-M-A-N.
Raise your right hand, please.
Sure,
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
I
but the
do.
truth, so help you God? Thank you.
So, you know, I know Roy, but I did see it on the agenda. I read you guys' agendas and things like that. And I think on this issue, I'm not here for whatever's going on between neighbors, whatever. You know, I got my own stuff to worry about. But there is a vision here, like, that I'm envisioning, and it's like if we give the 6-foot fence all the way down or whatever she wants to do, now I'm envisioning you did it for her. Now I want it. So now other people in Levittown want it. So now we have, you know, every resident in Levittown with 6-foot fences all the way down the sidewalk. I mean, I just don't know if that's the slope we want to go down.
Hit it, Ken.
Yeah, as a legal matter, that's not the case. Every application stands on its own. There are unique circumstances. Property is considered to be unique, and the zoning around property is unique to that property. So 100 other people could come and want to do the same thing. It depends on how their house is configured, what the block looks like. There's all kinds of factors that we take into account, including public welfare and things of that nature, but it's not a slippery slope.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. I just wanted to make sure, because I would hate to see Levittown just turning the, you know, fences all the way down everywhere.
That's not going to happen.
I appreciate your insight, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But listen, I don't know Mr. Levitt's vision here, but I don't think Levittown was thought of as that many vehicles in one household. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that it's not, you know, I don't think that that's the way Levittown was visioned. So, you know, putting the fence here, is it going to solve anything? I'm not really sure, but that's what we're here for, and we're going to make that decision right now. So I need a motion, whatever your guys would like to do, for or against this application. So please state what your motion will be, please. So, wait, on the condition,
Put it in the motion.
on the condition that it's, the 4-foot section is no longer part of the application. Okay?
Jim, I make a motion to deny due to the safety issues
Okay.
for her request.
I need a second on that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Is there anybody like to make a motion to approve?
There's a motion on the table.
Okay,
They can go the other way. So yes will mean no, and no will mean yes.
okay. All right, call the board.
Gerard Lycom.
No.
Mark DeMarcus. Yes. Jim McMahon.
No.
Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes.
Okay. Fortunately, you're denied.
All right, there you go. All right. Patrick Riley, 63 Greenbrier Road, Levittown, PA. Please come on up.
Raise
Hi.
your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you
Yes,
God?
yes, I do, yes. So,
You have your mail-ins?
yes, well, I got two mail-ins and I got two to sign.
Okay, great. And what about posting the property?
Yes, I have,
Do you have a picture of it?
yes, I have a
I drove by, I saw it.
Okay, fine, we're good. Thank you. Deemed posted.
And I have a couple just slides.
Just for the board's knowledge, he's at 40.7 for the impervious coverage.
I'm sorry, Bob, what was that?
40.7,
Over impervious,
so 0.7.
0.7.
0.7,
50 square foot,
gotcha.
40.7. Yep.
Right, there's a sheet back there, right? No?
40.7 over impervious.
His impervious counts 40.7. You're allowed 40%, he's 0.7 over.
I got you, it's the minimus. It's less than 1%.
I'm just answering Jim there.
That's okay.
All right,
I didn't say that you were implying anything.
I got you.
Okay. Hit it.
Sorry, I just want to start. I'm a nervous speaker, so.
Good time, deep breaths.
We're asking for a variance to erect a shed. I'm gonna put up a kit shed, one of the ones, everything comes pre-cut and everything. I'm not hand scratch building something. The first, picture on the slide, is, just a general overview. I try and keep my place very clean, keep the grass cut. I don't like clutter anywhere. It bothers me. So I try, not to have a bunch of stuff everywhere. Just going through a little bit, this is just the quick history, which you guys all have in the materials, of just kind of what we're trying to do, the denial and all that. I believe the next slide there's our pictures for the postings. And the one after this, the next slide, this is just a quick, what we're trying to do is, I am a mechanic. I work for Bucks County, and I work for Bristol Township on school buses. So, and I do side work on my own vehicles, keep everything, but the picture you can see in my garage is not the biggest garage, but I can fit a car, my truck and stuff in there. And it's kind of getting to the point where, we have a few motorcycles. Me and my girlfriend both ride Harleys, and I don't like keeping them outside just because theft, vandalism, stuff like that. So it kind of gets real tight trying to work on vehicles for family, friends, and whatnot. I ended up having to take a lot of the stuff, put it out on the back patio and cover it, and then, we've had instances, my neighbors across the street had to call the cops because some guy was going through everybody's backyards, stealing stuff a couple years ago. Cops, I believe they caught him. But it's just, the theft in the township, is kind of up and down, and you're worried. I don't want to keep stuff like a snow blower, pressure washer or anything like that outside. I did lock my gate for my fence to make it hard, but, that only keeps the, people that are, not gonna go through all the extra effort to steal stuff. So, the next slide is just our, the plot plan, and you can see where it's drawn. I have no other structures in my backyard. There's no other sheds or anything, so this would be just one shed, a 12-by-8 shed. I'm not putting it on concrete. I'm putting it on stone concrete block foundation. And it's just, it'll help me out a lot with things, just to put stuff out there that I don't need, like snow blowers, and get my stinky lawnmower after I cut the grass, with all the grass under it, out of my garage. It can just live out there with the garden and lawn tools and everything like that, and just free up my garage for when I have to do stuff for people. I had actually a couple months ago, I had one of my dad's close friends who's a Vietnam vet actually bought a lawn tractor and a push mower from a guy, got ripped off by the guy pretty bad. And I took it, I usually don't do them all the time, but I took it, and just to help the guy out, I took it, fixed the whole thing up and cleaned it all up. But when I pull stuff like that in there, then I can't get my motorcycle to go out and ride that to enjoy it, because I got to maneuver everything around to be able to work on stuff. So pretty much we're just asking for the variance to be able to put up a shed and, you know, help me out with some stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm very nervous speaking in front of
You're
people.
doing great. You're doing
So,
great.
yeah, I don't think there was anything else on the slide there. I think, yeah, that was just a few quick slides, so,
Okay. You did great.
thank you.
Anybody? Questions? Gerard, comment?
Do you work on the vehicles and whatever you work on inside the garage or the driveway?
I do it in the garage. I don't
And the
like.
driveway looks clean, so I assume you do it
Yes,
inside.
yeah, I don't, like I said, when most people think of mechanics, everybody goes back to that thing, oh, the mechanics vehicles and this and that are worse. I am the complete opposite. I don't like seeing stuff around. I don't like oil everywhere. I don't, so, yeah, I don't work on anything out my driveway. I do it all in the garage. I can shut the door. Neighbors don't hear anything. It doesn't, make a lot of noise and mess, so keep it to myself and try not to upset my neighbors.
No, you're very orderly. Everything looked nice when I was there.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody from the audience? I think this is a pretty easy one. Huh?
I'll make a motion for
Okay. Call the board.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus. Yes. Jim McMahon,
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Colleen Dunn,
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Say no. I don't know. I mean, all confused. I confused it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Riley. Next, Dorothy Duffy, 267 Golden Ridge Drive. Please come on up.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
And you are Dorothy Duffy.
I am Dorothy Duffy.
Dorothy, you have your mail-ins, your receipts, return receipts, or copy of the signed?
This is my contractor, Mr. Treader. He has all the
Okay, I need to
numbers,
see 'em now.
information, and
We
all
can't
of that.
start- We can't start without it.
And I have the, you gonna take them up for me?
That's what they're asking.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Thanks a lot. We need this to get in the door. And did you post the property?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. We have an eyewitness. We're good to go.
Okay, Ms. Duffy, you may proceed. You got a presentation or,
I was just gonna say, I wanna build a carport.
okay.
I want to protect my cars, but I also am doing it for myself. I've lived in Golden Ridge in that house for 50 years. Now that I'm a senior citizen, I'm finding it's easier, find things to do that are safer for me. And I think this is going to protect me going in and out of my house and my cars. And that's about it. That's my presentation.
Sir, can you come?
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name, please.
Joe Treader,
Tretter.
correct.
Thank you.
Okay, she's asking for forgiveness for a 4.5 foot setback on the front yard to build an open carport and go up the side of her house so when she does get out of the car, it keeps her out of the weather more. So and it is a 2 foot, I believe, forgiveness on the side setback. And it is open, so it blocks no view. It just has a couple posts.
Bob, anything to add?
No, what Joe said was correct for setback.
Okay, good. Ed?
I just have one question.
Yep.
Is it 12 feet from the house to the end of the carport?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Gerard? I'm good. Good?
Good.
Pretty simple. Okay. Anybody from the audience? That's a negative. All right. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Any- Okay, call to board.
Colleen Dunn. Jim McMahon.
Sure.
Mark DeMarcus.
Yes.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck.
Thank you, board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well. Ryan Feehan, 1411 Allgate Court, Bensalem, PA. Please come on up.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You have mail-ins?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Ken, I got you.
Okay. Beautiful. A lot of mailings. Do you happen to have a list with you? Because there's no names on here, but I can see it. And we need it for the record. Okay. That's all right. Let's see what you got.
Is he good?
Yeah, I mean, we're good to go. I just don't have, I'll have to contact you after I'll need to contact you after the hearing.
Yes, sir.
Get your list of them addresses again.
I just need I need a list of the names you gave him.
I got you. The addresses.
Okay.
Do your thing.
My name is Ryan Feehan. I am the owner of Focus Fitness Personal Training, and I'm requesting a variance to move into 5526 New Falls Road for an athletic training center. Focus Fitness is a small business, and I just started it, and I'm getting excited to move in there. Excited to move into Bristol Township. We're a private training facility, so we're not a big commercial gym like your Retro Fitnesses or your Planet Fitnesses. Everybody coming to us will be on appointment only, and we will do one-on-one personal training in that building. It won't be like a high-traffic area or anything like that. We're not building anything new. We're just requesting the variance to move into the old Perfect Pools. We train everybody from as young as 10 or 11 years old up to people into their late 70s. And we really want to get started and help out the community in any way we can. We're looking to do charity events, things like that. I'm also very close with the War Dogs football over here, and I'm getting excited to start training those kids over there.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, there's not gonna be people running up and down
Absolutely
New
not.
Falls Road, like. I
My
see-
insurance wouldn't cover it anyway.
Okay, all right. That's,
It's kind of dangerous, you're right.
yeah. Oh, I seen it happen, the one in Bensalem, they run up and down 13.
No thanks.
That's crazy.
That's the last thing I would need.
All right, any questions?
I do. What are your hours of operation?
So our hours of operation will kind of be on our own terms. We won't have a standard 9 to 5 operating hours. It'll be usually, we're in there early mornings working with one-on-ones, and then later at night we'll be there. Usually I get to work like 3 p.m. and I would be done around 8-ish, something like that. But there is no set schedule. It's kind of just when we schedule clients, we come in and we train our clients.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I just have a question. So how much space are you occupying at this address? Are you in one of the sections of in the building?
Yes, so it's 1,900 square feet inside of the building.
Okay,
Or next to York Pharmacy.
thank you.
Yes, next to York Pharmacy.
Anybody else? Gerard?
No, I'm fine. I checked it out. Looks fine to me.
Ken? Good?
No, I'm good.
Bob, anything to add? Anybody from the audience? Come on up.
I don't know if you want to hear from me. I'm just his business partner. So I'll basically reiterate everything he said. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, but
James.
Kid, sorry.
James Insetta.
James?
Yes.
Can you spell your last name, please?
INSETTA.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So help you God. Thank you.
So you adopt your partner's testimony?
Yes, yes, yeah. So I'm basically, you know, I can reiterate just about everything he says. I'm a Bristol Township resident. I moved here about 7 years ago with my wife. I love it here. I love the little neighborhood I live in. I'm a very firm believer in uplifting small businesses. It's good for the community, not just economically, but building relationships and everything like that. And like you said, I understand some concerns might be traffic. They might associate us as a commercial gym. But like you said, if it's appointment only, there'll be probably no more than 2 cars going in at a time into the building. We're not building anything new. The building already exists. We're just moving some equipment in there to get going. So.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else to add, right? Nothing else to add?
I have one more question.
Yes.
Besides yourselves, are you going to have any other employees?
Not at the moment. It's just going to be me and him as we go. Yeah. Yep.
Bob, did I ask you if you had anything else then? All right.
I just have one question. As far as like classes, group classes, how big would they be?
We don't have any group classes.
Come on up, you gotta come up to the microphone,
yeah.
please.
We're not sure if we're doing group classes, but if we did, we can't fit that many people in the building anyway. So it'd be really, really small if we did. So we're just doing one-on-one personal training sessions. It's gonna be our main thing that we do. We're student athletes, elderly is basically the population we work with for the most part. Yeah.
Ma'am, do you have something?
I just wanted to make sure that the field was not gonna be disturbed, because my bag.
You're gonna have to come on up and, I'm sorry.
Get sworn in.
Diane Marie Acuff. ACHU, 2 Fs.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. I just wanted to make sure, the only reason why I came is I wanted to make sure that the field was not affected. And I couldn't understand that a building that held chlorine, that I was always afraid was gonna blow up.
Right.
If there's a gym, there's no problem with me. Okay?
Thank you.
Anybody else? Come on up, sir.
Frank P. Bergmeyer,
Can you spell your last name, please?
Bergmaier.
Thank you. Can you raise your hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
I'm the owner of the shopping center, and I just wanted to say that I'm in favor of it. And I'm in favor of it for a variety of reasons. First of all, most importantly, I think it's good for my shopping center, and I also think it's good for Bristol Township. I'm actually the first line of defense for Bristol Township because I already screened out uses that I don't want there. Either because they're not compatible with the other tenants in the shopping center, because they're not compatible with the neighborhood. And I don't want complaints from either one. But I like this use. And it's become very difficult to find any kind of retail sales outlet because of competition from the internet. I think the age of the retail sales outlet is over. And without retail sales outlets, that doesn't leave much to choose from. But I like this use. I'm also a commercial real estate broker in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I put 2 physical therapy outlets in Bristol Township, and I like the use. And I see a lot of commonality between the 2. They both offer low traffic service on an appointment basis only. And they're both businesses that pretty much have a 0 impact on township resources. I also know some of their clients, and they're definitely the kind of people that we want to attract to Bristol Township. I think it's good for my shopping center. I think it's good for Bristol Township.
Thank you, sir. Okay, anybody else? Going once, Going twice. All right, I need a motion.
I'll second.
Call the board.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Eileen Dunn. Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck, guys.
All right, there you go, people. All right. I get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion. Nick?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Let's have it.